I brought that doll back to my museum. Now, why would I have something like that in a museum? Evidence, proof. A priest comes to my home one day. Young fella, has his rectory right here in Connecticut.
Mm-hmm.
Ed, I'd like to take you and Lorraine for a ride in my new car. Very proud of it. We went with him. When he took us back, he said, what about this doll everybody's talking about? Because we had shown it on Channel 18, on a TV show we're on. Could I see it? I understand it puts slashes on people. I brought him into the museum. It's in a chair.
Mm-hmm.
He looks at it, just like the guy in Hartford. He walks right over to it, never said a word, picked it up and threw it right across the room. God is more powerful than a devil. I said, yes, Father. God is more powerful than millions of devils. But he wasn't. He found that out. Less than an hour later, driving home on Route 84, his brand new car went out of control. I know what he's talking about because the same thing happened to Lorraine and I when we talked about Amityville one time on Route 84. You can't control the car. Half of his car was sheared off by a tractor-trailer truck. He should have been killed, but he lived. God will only let the devil go so far. The last thing he remembered seeing was the image of that doll. Well, then a detective comes to our house. We're working on the murder of a little child. Lorraine often helps the police through her clairvoyance. I through my knowledge of ritual magic murders. After we were through, he said, Ed, could I go out to the museum there and look around? Sure, I brought him out. He looks around and he said, you know, of all the things in this building here, that doll there, I can't take my eyes off of it, the Raggedy Ann. It was still in the chair. Just then, the phone rang. It was a personal call. I told him I'd be right back, not to touch anything in that building.
Mm-hmm.
Everything in there was unholy, unblessed.
Right.
Well, I'm up there talking on the phone. I wasn't even there 10 minutes when all of a sudden I hear him coming up the stairs. This guy is a big guy, 6'2", 6'3", over 200 pounds, all muscle, used to seeing grisly sights. He's shaking. He can't hardly talk. I thought he was having a heart attack. I sat him down. I was going to call an ambulance. There was no 911 then. Called an ambulance, said, no, Ed, it's not that. I said, what's wrong? I just don't want to talk about it. He was embarrassed. Lorraine walked in. He looks at Lorraine. He said, I'll talk to Lorraine about it, but I don't want her to ever mention it again. She didn't have to. I knew what he did. I went back down into the building. Everything was knocked over. He had picked up the doll. He had picked up that inanimate object. Its aura mingled with his aura. And something so terrible occurred to that man that he resigned from the police department 3 months later. But that's not the end. We had a group
It's almost
of
the end of
college
the
students.
show. We're almost out of time. So
We're almost out of time.
if you could
Well,
quickly end that one.
A group of college students came one day. One of them said this is nothing but a bunch of bunk. I don't believe in it. He went over to the Raggedy Ann doll, which is in a case, knocking on it. He said, this doll can't do anything. I dare it right now to put slashes on me. I put him out of the building. Less than 3 hours later, that boy was dead. His girlfriend, who had been with him on a motorcycle, said he was laughing about the doll, smashed into a tree, head on, was killed instantly. His girlfriend was in a hospital for over a year.
That's
You
unbelievable.
don't challenge devils. I think we got a picture of the
That's
Raggedy Ann
unbelievable.
there.
Yeah, I think we do somewhere here.
Yeah.
While we're showing this, I think we'd like to tell the website address, wouldn't we?
Yes.
If we could pan in on this here.
Yeah, that's
This will show
Annabelle.
the Annabelle. But why don't you give the website address, Lorraine?
Okay, www.warrens, that's plural with an S, .net.